Welcome back. I guess I'm remaking this video because I got distracted with the phone call. Regardless, let me get back to what I was saying in my previous video. Alright, essentially, in front of me, what you see is multiple copies of the game Deadliest Warrior and 3 copies of the game Dragon Age 2. One of the copies of Deadliest Warrior happens to be for the Xbox. These are all sealed, and I got these all for a total of $5 plus the 7% sales tax. So if you want to calculate the math real quick and be exact, it cost me, let's see here, $4.93, and then you add a 70% sales, tax, and you can round it up to $35. Just do the math real quick. I'll use the calculator this time rather than do it in my head, just to speed up the process. And okay, the sales tax was $245, so $245, $4.93. Plus $34.93, sorry. It's $37.38. Okay, so all of this cost me $37 and $38, which is not even enough to buy a Game Boy game today or a 3DS game. Because the 3DS is essentially the new Game Boy. Now, all these games were $37.38, and maybe asking yourself, why did you get so many copies? I already have Deadliest Warrior and Dragon Age 2. The reason being was because of the trade-in value of GameStop. Despite the decrease in trade-in value, which I should have traded them in earlier, I would have made a significant larger. I mean, my ROI would have been significantly greater. I would have made a significantly larger amount of money had I traded them in the past. Now, the trade-in value of all these games, the Deadliest Warrior version, the Deadliest Warrior trade-in values are $6 each. So, if you do the math real quick, you get 6 times 4, and then you get 24. And then if you have the Power Rewards card, then you get an additional $240. So if you do the math real quick, you get $26.40. The thing though is they refuse to take sealed games, so you have to open them. That's one issue. And the second issue is the Dragon Age 2 is actually less than. It costs more money than the trade-in value. So the trade-in value is worth less than when I bought it for. So why would I take a loss? Well, I could redeem the loss and get I could redeem the loss and get a positive return on my investment, or get a net gain by taking advantage of the promotion. GameStop refuses to accept 2 of the same game. And the promotion is every 7 games you trade in that are worth $3 or more, you get an extra $35 for credit. This is one of the few games that was currently worth $3 or more, Dragon Age 2, unless the price changed today. I know the price changed from Wednesday to Thursday, but today's Friday, and I think the price changes usually occur on Wednesday. So, essentially, I won't be eligible to trade in these 2. But you can, at the maximum, from what I heard, you can only trade in 2 of the same game. And the Deadliest Warrior for the Xbox and PS3, they are classified as completely different games, even though they're the exact same, but they're for different systems. They're marked as separate games. I mean, one of them is incompatible for one system, one of them is incompatible for the other. So I do have Deadliest Warrior and I do have Dragon Age 2 for the Xbox, so I'll just get rid of my Deadliest Warrior for the Xbox and I'll keep the PS3 version, so I have one for myself. And this Dragon Age 2 I may utilize with another game you trade in, because you trade in 3 games, you get, $10, and 5 games is like 20, and 7 you get 35. I could sell these on Amazon or set up an account on eBay, but that seems to be a huge hassle. Without further ado, let's unbox and I think I'm going to review the codes in these videos. These are all new, as you can see. So essentially, I'll be making a return on my investment by trading these in, and I'll be able to get back nearly double the money that I purchased these games for. And I did the math earlier. Let me tell you how much I'd get if I trade them in. About. Alright, I get essentially. Hold on. Yeah, I get about $73, a little bit more. We'll just round it down to $73. It's probably closer to $74, but we're gonna round it down. And I spent almost $38 and I get 73, so it's nearly double my money. It's essentially trading in the cash for store credit, and on top of that I do get the Best Buy reward points added to my account for purchasing these items. So without further ado, let's open this one. As you can see, you have your disc, and the Xbox version comes as a DVD, the PS3 version doesn't. It seems to have a very strong scent. Okay, that one's done. So let's move on to the next one. I prefer to have my games for the Xbox. I do enjoy the party chat. However, my Xbox Live is bugged out worse than offline when I'm online, so communication is an issue. And on top of that, even when I am online, people still can't send me invites, or I can't see their invites because it says I'm offline. That's completely bugged out. And that is a huge issue, especially when you're paying $70 a month to utilize a service that doesn't even work correctly. I'm opening the second one. And like I said earlier, I'm going to keep the Deadliest Warrior for the PS3. I played on the Xbox 360. It's a great game. You can play as a ninja versus a Viking. You play as Alexander the Great. And you get both versions of Deadliest Warrior 1 and Deadliest Warrior 2. And you have to download them as well, but it's on the end of the world. You could do a Spartan versus a Viking. You can play a samurai versus a monk. You play as an Apache versus a ninja. The possibilities are limited compared to other fighting games, but it's still enough content to be worthwhile. One more thing I want to do, one more idea I want to inform you guys about, or one more fact about the game. This fighting game is supposed to be realistic, so you could get your limbs severed, you could lose your limbs, they could become detached from your body, but one main issue is if you're not careful, you'll die in one hit. If someone has a gun or someone hits you with point blank melee range in the hard. You can get one-shotted, so you really have to be careful. It makes it fun though, because when you land the fatal blow, then the tables turn in your favor. Alright. Let's move on and unbox Dragon Age real quick. And these games have Xbox Live. Unfortunately, the Xbox games are hard to unbox. I might use another tissue. I apologize that I keep taking pauses. I'm going to use these tissues. I go through, it seems like I go through a roll of toilet paper a day. Or every other day. Toilet paper nearly has the same effect as tissue paper, and it's 1/4 of the cost. Alright, so now we're about to unbox this Xbox version of Deadliest Warriors, and if you want to pause the video right here, this is what it looks like. The manual, from what I recall, is in color. And now I don't have anything that I can use within 3-foot radius to grab to open these games. I have to go downstairs and find something that I could utilize too. And with the wrap of these games, I usually could use my fingernails, I suppose, but that will be difficult. I'm going to keep the cases when you trade these in a GameStop. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I'm going to keep the cases when you trade these in a GameStop that require the bare minimum. I mean, their discs usually have black ink on them and are severely scratched and don't work. And they come in a yellow envelope. But you don't need to trade in the case or manual or the DLC or anything like that. We're just trading the disc. And they'll put it in their blender and resell it for $1 trillion. Now, since I'm going to get approximately $74 in store credit, will be a little bit more positive. It's still probably slightly higher than $74, but I don't want to be as optimistic as 75 when I'm not going to get $75. Actually, double check something real quick. Actually, no, I would get even more than that. Had I traded these games in earlier, I would have got significantly more money. I would have got nearly $16 more. Actually, 16 is a bit of an exaggeration. Maybe closer to 15. So, as you can see, this one comes as a DVD. And the PS3 version doesn't. Actually, no, it does. Hybrid disc. The disc has both episodes on it. The difference is one of them has a separate disc, the other one has episodes on it. I also prefer the Xbox cases.